So I was watching the Cam Newton interview with the man from Detroit. The man from Detroit that does this youth thing. I guess he has a martial arts gym or something like that. I think he knows martial arts or something like that. He's a coach or something like that. Life coach or whatever. But he's Christian or whatever. So he's Christian. He came on the Cam Newton podcast. Spoke to Cam for like maybe an hour and a half or something like that. And the whole gist of that interview was basically um trying to advise Cam on why he should be married and why he should not be spreading his seed into different women. Basically, that was the whole interview, a summary of the whole interview. And Cam was not listening. Cam didn't care. You gotta know this. Like, before I got saved, I didn't want to get married. I just wanted to have a girlfriend, and we just did what married people did. No, in a relationship. That's it. My mindset wasn't on marriage. It was just, let's date, let's have fun, and let's see where it ends up. But when you get saved, God changes your desires. He's not going to change every single desire that you have, but he's going to press his desires onto you. And marriage is one of God's desires for human beings, because God made a woman for a man, because God didn't want us to be lonely. So God wants us to be married, if we could be married, right? Because God understands that we human beings, but we're gonna get lonely. Like, God knows that. He created us. God knew that Adam was lonely, so he created Eve for Adam to just bring him some joy, because God could see that the guy is lonely. That's why when you see a man that doesn't have a wife, he's lonely. Yes, he could be driven by his purpose, but deep down he wants a wife. Deep down he wants a wife, because he's lonely. He wants to build with somebody. He wants to be social with somebody. He wants to have intimacy with somebody else, the opposite gender. So God made a woman for a man, because he knew he was gonna be lonely. And Cam knows that he should not be spreading his seed. He knows, but sex is fun. He likes sex, like every man. And until Cam is saved, he's not gonna see the truth. And we have to understand that and stop trying to push our godly mindset onto unsaved people. They don't understand it. They don't understand the ways of Christ, because they're working with Satan. Satan will not allow you to understand the teachings of Christ. If you understood the teachings of Christ, you would not be walking in darkness. But Satan wants to keep you in darkness, so you don't know the truth. So Satan is keeping Cam in the darkness by having all these kids out of wedlock and not repenting from his sins and not being obedient to Christ. That's it. So the guy coming on there speaking to Cam, talking about marriage, Cam doesn't care about your opinion. He doesn't value your opinion. I'm just gonna be honest. He doesn't care. Cam probably looks at dude as a lame or whatever. I don't think he's a lame, but Cam thinks he's a lame, because Cam is living for the devil. Anything that's going against God is devilish. So you spreading yourself thin and being in fornication, being sexual immorality, that's against God's teaching. So that means you're going against God. And when you go against God, that's demonic. Simple as that, because Satan is going against God. It's demonic. So Cam is going against God. Every time you're disobedient towards God, it's a sin. It's a sin. So Cam is living in sin. And if you're holy and you're coming to tell a man that's living in sin to stop living in sin, he's not going to listen to you. Only God could change a man. Only God could change a man. Like, I have a brother. He's not saved. He's probably having sex. I told him that, hey, the consequences of your actions He doesn't care. I don't think he stopped having sex. I don't know. I don't know what he does with his body. He's not gonna listen to me. I told him he's not gonna listen to me until God changes his heart. There's nothing I can say to him that's gonna change his mindset. Okay? There's nothing I could say to a human being to change their mindset. Everything is on God. If God doesn't change my brother's desires, he's gonna keep living in sin, like I was living in sin before God changed my desires. I didn't ask God to save me. Like I didn't know nothing. I was reading the Bible once. It just I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I was just reading the Bible and I guess God just opened my eyes and I read the Bible and I was like, damn, everything that is in this Bible is true. Because I'm seeing what God is talking about and it's happening right now. So, wow, this Bible is actually real. So, God allowed me to see the truth in His Word. God allowed me. I didn't have any control over that. I just read the Bible and God opened my eyes. And I started going down the rabbit hole of Christianity. And then I got saved. I got saved. A few months later, I got baptized. So that's how God worked. I don't know how God works, man. That's how He did it. I don't know. And now I'm not doing the things that I used to do. I used to be in fornication. I'm not in fornication anymore. Sometimes I do have lust. I fall into sin. Okay, forgive me. Yeah, I fall into sin. Okay, I'm not gonna be perfect. But what I was doing before, what I was doing before, I'm not doing those things now. Like I would talk about women all day. Not all day, but you know what I mean. Like you're around the boys, you're talking about women all day. That's it. You're talking about women all day. But now, if a guy starts like talking about this woman's butt, her butt is big. You know, look at this, that. Grown men don't really do that, but you understand what I'm saying. Like guys still talk about how a woman looks, how her body's shaped, what she does in the bedroom, and all that type of stuff. And I escape those type of conversations. Those conversations make me uncomfortable, and they could tell I'm uncomfortable by those conversations. And every time a cursing man comes around me and he speaks to me, and we could talk for an hour, and there's not gonna be a single curse word coming out of my mouth. And they notice that. I'm like, bro, like you really don't curse. Like, yeah, I don't curse, bro. I don't need to curse. So God changed my desires like that. I don't need to curse. There's some things that the desires are gone, but if I don't really be vigilant, I could fall into that temptation. Okay, some desires there's no temptation, and like there's no temptation. Meaning like cursing, there's no temptation in that. There's just still a desire for sex. Like there's still a desire for sex. I'm very young. There's still a desire for sex, but I haven't had sex like for like I don't even know 3 4 years now, maybe something like that. 3 4 years now. Like like 3 4 years. Like I haven't had intimacy with a woman, right? Or with okay, that's not what. Okay, make sure it's all right. Make sure you know that it's not with nothing else, bro. It's just woman. Like, okay, I haven't had any type of intimacy. I haven't had any intimacy. So please don't get me twisted. All right, I haven't had no type of intimacy, meaning that I haven't been with a woman physically. Okay, read in between the lines. Okay, I haven't been with a woman physically, but um, some things I don't want to talk about on here. Okay, it's embarrassing. Okay, sin is embarrassing, bro. I'm very embarrassed. I don't want to speak on those things. I don't want to speak on some sins, bro. I don't. I do not want to speak on some sins. I do not want to speak on some sins, okay? And every man struggles with it. Almost every man struggles with it. Reading between the lines. I don't want to speak on it. I don't want to just say it out because it just is nasty to me. I don't like saying it, but if a man wants to release and there isn't a woman and he's by himself, okay? I've done that. But physically with a woman, Doing that is easier than being with a woman. So that's why when a lot of Christian men stop doing that because it's already hard enough to do it, and you stop doing that, now you start doing the other thing that's easy. And so now you got to challenge yourself not to do those things, right? So you got to challenge yourself not to do those things because we all know that, yo, as a man, I wouldn't say it's hard to have sex with a woman. Most women will let you have sex with them nowadays. Um, it's not nowadays. Women who allow the man, a woman will allow you to have sex, whether you're poor or rich. It doesn't really matter. It's just if she's into you or whatever, or she's lonely, she'll let you have sex with her. So a man having sex with a woman is not it's not as hard as, let's say, masturbating. Like masturbating is easier than having sex with a woman. You don't have to be there's no pressure with keeping up in bed, pleasing someone else, listen to their emotions, uh initiating, initiating contact, even knowing if she even likes you, even if she and knowing if she even wants to do it. You know, a man, like Christian people, like it's already hard. Like b- as let's say as a man, it's already hard to have sex. It's hard to have sex. Okay, and the men that are having sex, let's say easily, there's still some work. There's still some challenge. There's some challenge. Like you got to worry about contracting an STD. Even let's say you could have sex, you could open your phone and there's 50 girls or 100 girls DMing you to meet up with you. You still have to text those women a few sentences. It might not be paragraphs and all that. Hey, pull up, come see me, and some woman will come and see you from those two texts. Okay, a lot of women are that low value or low self-esteem or just don't love their bodies like that or worship a man. Okay, some women are like that. You could just say, hey, pull up, and they're gonna pull up. Sometimes on their own time, but sometimes they need a ride. Hey, get me the Uber, I'm pulling up. Or get me a plane ticket if you're balling like that, I'm pulling up. Some women are like that. So for some men, it's a little bit easier to be in fornication. But it's still hard to be in fornication, meaning that there's still some steps that you need to take in order to fornicate. For me, let's say as a regular man, I'm a regular man, regular looking, regular height, regular regular body weight, and maybe in regular accent or whatever, especially for an American or whatever. Excuse me, I have a different accent. Okay, so that might not make me normal as a normal black man or whatever in the United States. So I'm a little foreign or whatever. But for me, I would have to talk to at least, let's say, if I approach 10 women, I could get at least 2, 3 numbers, maybe 2, 3 numbers. I won't say 2, 3 numbers. I could probably get like, yeah, I was, let's say I could get maybe 4 numbers. Maybe out of those 4 numbers, I could sleep with one woman, maybe just one of them. Maybe, right? I don't know. I'm guessing here. I don't know the odds. I haven't dated anyone in years, so I don't know. But let's say I talk to 10 women, and 4 of them give me their numbers. Maybe out of those 4, 2 of them are interested, and out of those 2, one of them wants to have, and like sex or whatever, or is willing to have sex. So let's say I just did. It took me let's say it took me like 50 let's say it took me an hour to talk to 10 girls, and after an hour I could only get 4 numbers, and after those 4 numbers only 2 of them pan out, meaning that those 2 of them actually like me, or still have time to conversate with me and text me or call me or whatever. And out of those two, one of them are interested to see me or even be intimate. That's still work. That's still work because it could still take you a week, 2 weeks to even know if those two or that one is willing to see you in person. As a regular guy, I don't have fame, I don't have money, meaning like I'm not a multi-millionaire or anything like that. I'm not overly handsome, I'm not overly tall. I'm just average. And the average man, you gotta put a lot of work in if you want to sleep around. If that's what you want to do. I don't sleep around, so that stuff. This is I'm just giving you like uh like what's the word for that? Like a theory or uh this I'm just painting like a picture. I'm trying to make you understand that it's still work to be in fornication. It's not that easy. Let's say Drake. Drake still has to put in some work in some aspect. Drake says that he's tricking, he's buying gifts. It still takes some time to go to the store and get a gift for a girl. It still takes some time. Drake probably gets lots of DMs from girls. He still has to go into those DMs and select the girl that he likes. And that girl, after selecting that girl also has to be like, I like this guy and I'm willing to come to Canada or whatever to come see him. So that's still work. A plane ride from the United States to or wherever the girl is from, majority of the time she's gonna be from the United States. The majority of the time, right? She's gonna be from the United States, and let's say a plane ticket from or a plane ride from Florida to Toronto is like maybe I don't know, maybe it's I know a plane ride from Missouri to Philly is like 4 hours, so it's probably like maybe 6 hours, 6 7 hours from Florida to Toronto. So that's 6 hours, bro. A woman is on the plane, and after she gets on that plane, she's probably tired. She probably wants to sleep. So now she's gonna sleep, and when she wakes up, she might not want to be intimate with you because she doesn't really know you. She wants to talk to you. She wants to spend the day with you and see what you're doing, do whatever. I'm just understand what I'm trying to say. It's still work. No matter if you're a superstar or a billionaire or multi-millionaire, it's still work. It's still work to be in fornication. So that's why a lot of Christian men are in sexual sin with their hand or masturbation or porn. Like, cause porn is easy. You going up to a woman and talking to her and getting to her to know you or getting her to like you or whatever, or even if she likes you, you still have to be able to get her number and still keep up in conversations and hopefully attract her more through conversations. It's still work. You still have to do some things just to have the woman interested in you. So it's not easy to fall into fornication physically. Mentally, you could fall into sexual immorality. You can't lust after a woman. You can still fall into lust by thinking it in your head, by playing it out, by watching porn. That's still lust. Masturbating, that's still lust. So that's why a lot of Christian men are falling into that other part. But a lot of Christian men are not falling into sexual or fornication because it's hard to fall into that because it's work. It's work. It's work. I used to be out there, so I know the work that it takes to be around, bro. Be around, talking to women, approaching, using these apps, Instagram and all that, DMing. I know I used to do all those things. Like it takes some time. It takes time. And you also gotta be a little witty, like you gotta know how to talk to women. You gotta know how to talk to a woman to come see you. You gotta know if this woman likes you, if she's like responding to your text, if she's even interested, if she's being dry, flaky, whatever. Like we all know that, bruh. It takes work. We all know it takes work. So man, that's why a lot of Christian men are not falling into that. They're not falling into that. I know I've repeated this line so many times, but hey, that's it for the video though, man. I'm a little tired, but hopefully I made some sense for y'all.